Dollhouse Stories. Joe Mayonnaise's Diner. Melina bent over her dollhouse. It wasn't an ordinary dollhouse with a living room, a bedroom, and a bathtub. No, it was a tiny American diner. With stools, checkered tablecloths, and a tiny chef, Joe Mayonnaise. Joe was a little chef with a potbelly, a mustache, and a white hat that he always tilted to one side. He liked cooking, but he liked not cooking more. He was a champion of excuses. Melina sighed. She picked up a tiny doll customer and sat her down at a table. "Waiter, a burger, please," she said in the voice of a pretend customer. Joe, who was sitting on the counter reading a miniature magazine titled 100 Ways to Procrastinate, raised his head in annoyance. "Oh, do we have burgers today? You're a diner? Of course you have burgers," Melina screamed, shaking the customer furiously. "Do you know what happened to the burger this morning?" Joe said dramatically, putting his hand to his heart. Said Joe, "I feel tired today. Don't cook for me. And who am I to say no?" Melina picked up another small figure, the busboy, and had him look sternly at Joe. "Joe, if you don't cook, how are we going to get paid? We can start selling air in jars. Nostalgic diner, kitchen air, burger flavor." Melina was bored. She had to do something. So she came up with a solution. She put a new figure in the dollhouse, Dona Soapyhand, a sanitation inspector. Donna was a stern lady with tight lips and a huge sponge in her hand. She entered the dollhouse with the air of a detective. "Aha! It smells boring." Joe jumped up. "Donna, ooh, I'm glad to see you. Do you want a plate of kitchen air?" Donna sniffed the air and frowned. "That smells like fried excuses." She looked around and freaked out. "Joe Mayonnaise, this kitchen is disgusting. That's an insult." "No, that's a fact." Melina laughed and waved Donna towards the refrigerator. "A cockroach could dance flamenco in here." "Yeah, but you know what talent that would take?" Joe said, trying to distract her. Donna took out a notebook. "If you don't clean up right now, I'm closing your diner." "Oh, that sounds like work." Joe realized he couldn't help it. He grabbed a small sponge and began scrubbing the floor in a tortured manner. Ah, the hard life of a cook. Melina picked up another figure, a miniature customer, and made him scream. "I'm hungry. I'm hungry." Donna, however, had a plan and wasn't kidding. "Now you're going to make burgers. And not just any burger. We want the best burgers of my life." "Oh," Joe sighed, "shall I make them tomorrow? Or next Saturday?" "Now," Donna shouted and slammed her notebook on the table. Joe put on his hat, rolled up his sleeves, and went into the kitchen. Double quotes. Great. Burgers on the grill, buns in the oven, secret sauce which isn't so secret. However, as soon as the grilling started, a puff of smoke came out of the grill. "Ouch, ouch, who left the last batch in there?" "You, Joe," Donna replied. Joe, running in a panic, put out the fire, wiped his sweat, and looked at Donna. "Here, a little delay. But now you'll see what a burger is." He grabbed the fresh ingredients, grilled the burgers to perfection, spread his secret sauce, and served. Donna took a bite, her eyes widened. "Joe, yes, this burger is amazing." "I know." Joe shook his white apron with style. "Imagine if you weren't bored, how successful your diner would be." "Yes, but it's so tiring." "Joe, you have to try to succeed and you have talent. Stop being bored and get to work." Donna got angry. Melina smiled. The dollhouse was finally working properly. Donna gave her approval. The customers ate happily. And Joe learned that sometimes, if you want to succeed, you have to roll up your sleeves and work. Melina closed the dollhouse and got up happily. "We'll play again tomorrow." And Joe Mayonnaise, inside his dollhouse diner, breathed a sigh of relief. "I hope he forgets to call me back tomorrow.